Hello and welcome to World News, where we bring you current global stories happening all around the world. So without further ado, let's get right into it. There has been a lot of backlash ever since the World Cup in Qatar was announced. By all rights, this World Cup should not have been held for a number of different reasons, including its geography, climate, lack of a strong football tradition, and treatment of migrant workers, LGBT people, women, and critics. Qatar was never a good candidate for the world's largest athletic event. These problems are not new. They were widely recognized in 2010 when FIFA, the body that governs football worldwide, awarded the tiny Gulf state the 2022 World Cup. All these problems were disregarded for one reason: financial constraints. Even before FIFA's decision to grant Russia and Qatar successive World Cups 12 years ago, charges of corruption marred the organization's top levels. Moreover, half of the FIFA Executive Committee members who voted in favor of the twin decision have either been charged, suspended, or resigned due to the accusations. Qatar disputes any irregularities. But it is undeniable that the gas-rich nation of Qatar has invested unheard of sums of money on this World Cup in an effort to overcome all the very issues that made it clear it should never have been a candidate. Doha has invested at least $200 billion in the construction of new stadiums, a metro system, and other infrastructure in order to not only welcome 1.5 million tourists this month but also to jumpstart the state's development. Despite these efforts, challenging problems persist, like the absurdly costly lodging as well as a last-minute restriction on beer in stadium fan zones, despite Budweiser being a tournament sponsor. An even more harsh price is the untold number of migrant laborers' deaths, which the media reports as being in the thousands. The Sunday match between Qatar and Ecuador at the Al Bayt Stadium should honor their sacrifice. Players and supporters should make the most of the global platform they now have to voice their concerns. Due to the attention that follows the World Cup, the world is aware of the fatalities of workers and Qatar's problematic human rights record. This is not meant to praise FIFA. Instead, it is a result of the work of activists, informants, and investigative journalists. Qatar has improved its treatment of foreign workers, at least in part, as a result of the negative attention. Qatar's employer-binding kafala system has been updated, and as a result, the rights that workers are entitled to have immensely improved. Qatar is shocked by the negative criticism it has received. In some aspects, Doha is right to point out the detractors' moral relativism and even bigotry. It is not the worst host by any means. It was probably much more contentious to let Russia host the event in 2018, only 4 years after it took Crimea and one of its proxies having shot down a passenger airliner. Qatar is undoubtedly not in the same category as Argentina, whose military coup organized the tournament in 1978. The truth is that there are very few nations whose ideals are widely shared, despite the fact that the World Cup should be really global. The ostensible justification for choosing Qatar was its promise to extend the joy that football already offers to billions of people throughout the Arab world. Qatar opened its doors to the outside world and generously paid for it. FIFA must continue to clean up its act after being forced to alter its opaque economic practices. The World Cup's spotlight will reveal both the shadows thrown by Qatar's expertly built facade as well as the supporters' jubilation over their wonderful game. The entire globe is now looking. It must be hoped that even when the world has changed, the tournament's positive legacy will endure. So there you have it. Comment down below on whether you think the World Cup should not take place in Qatar because of all the controversy associated with Qatar's laws and rules. Or do you believe that we should respect the rules that Qatar have demanded as it is their country and that politics should not have any effect on where the World Cup is taking place? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and would like to stay ahead of interesting global news, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.